Welcome to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy. Now here's your host, Tim McMahon.
Today's episode, my top 5 favorite lines of dialogue from Star Wars A New Hope, because everyone likes lists and I don't have time for 10. Number 1.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
For some people, this line can make them laugh or make them cringe, but I think the line, and the way it's masterfully delivered by Mark Hamill, is important. It shows that Luke is still an immature boy, and while George Lucas may claim that these films are Anakin's story, to me, the original trilogy will always be about Luke's journey. Over the course of 3 films, he goes from child to cocksure youth to a mature and confident man, and you can't get to the ending without first seeing the beginning. Number 2.
Hey, Luke. May the Force be with you.
This is another line that's great because it's all about the character. Han is a cocky mercenary, as we've seen earlier in the film, but this line shows that he also has a heart of gold. Actually, it's this line, combined with the what that he gives Chewie, that makes it work. Without the additional interaction with Chewbacca, it would just come across as a bit condescending towards Luke, but it didn't, and we can see that Han actually cares. Number 3.
We'll be sent to the spice mines of Kessel, smashed into who knows what.
One of the things that Star Wars does so well is it drops these lines about the larger universe without stopping to explain itself. I believe the kids today call this world building. The spice mines of Kessel, the rebel base on Dantooine, the Imperial Senate, and the Clone Wars. In a way, it's almost kind of sad that we've had 40 years of extra stories to fill in these blanks. Now, as for this line, I could have used any number of examples to illustrate this point, but I love me some 3PO, so there you go. Number 4. Ben Burtt masterfully turned a tin can into a heartfelt hero who we all fell in love with. The idea of a beeping robot is some old-school sci-fi stuff, but in the past, this trope always came across as cold, sterile, and heartless. Burt's work, along with Kenny Baker's performance, makes you feel for this little bucket of bolts. I could have used any R2 line, but this one always hits me in the gut. Number 5.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Sir Alec Guinness is just so many steps above everyone else in this movie. Seriously, go back and just keep your eyes and ears on him. Pay attention. The performance is subtle, tasteful, and even though he's working in a low-budget B-movie, you could almost say masterful. All his lines are my favorite lines, but there's something about this one. The musical flow to it, the hint of danger at the end, it's a danger I think Obi-Wan kinda enjoys. Well, there you go. Those are my top 5 lines from Star Wars. Ask me again tomorrow and I'll probably give you 5 different lines, because honestly, I love them all. What are your favorite 5 lines? Let me know. Hootini!
You've been listening to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy, part of the expanded Fandomverse network of shows. For links and show notes, visit our website, TwelveParsecsPodcast.com. Follow Less Than 12 Parsecs on Twitter at 12parpod, on Instagram at 12parsecsPodcast, on Tumblr at 12parsecsPodcast, and find us on Facebook as well. And please let us know what you think. Email us at 12parsecsPodcast@gmail.com.